My name is Richard Kelly, and I'm the writer-director of this motion picture you are watching called Southland Tales. And today is August 25th, 2008, 2:18 p.m. Tomorrow is the beginning of the Democratic National Convention, and when this is released, we should know, I hope, whether or not our president is going to be Barack Obama or John McCain. This film is about that choice in a way, and what influences you to make that choice, I guess. It's not possible, I think, to really digest all of this in one viewing. It's really a film that's suited for multiple viewings and to be experienced over and over again, and to be almost decoded the way vast conspiracies and mysteries are often decoded, which is over the course of many years. The inclusion of Two Roads Diverge in a Yellow Wood, the excerpt from the Robert Frost poem, The Road Not Taken, is really the best way to summarize this film in a single statement, is that it is the road not taken. If you think of version 2.0 of a 9/11 type situation that could happen near the Texas border and essentially thrust the country into the next stage of where we almost are right now. Fluid karma is a concept that I came up with. It's sort of inspired by Kurt Vonnegut and some of his great science fiction ideas like Ice Nine from Cat's Cradle. In the short sense, it's a massive machine has dug deep beneath the ocean's surface and into the Earth's crust and has discovered a vast reservoir of liquid, of some sort of elixir of God. It is in a large, massive tunnel shaped like a snake that snakes itself around the core of the Earth and all around the Earth. And they start piping this elixir of God up to the surface. And when it hits the atmosphere, it oxidizes into an energy field that can be harnessed, and that there are engines that can run via this energy field, not unlike a Wi-Fi system for your laptop, an internet system. It's a complicated conspiracy. If you really want to understand it on a greater level, I highly recommend reading the first 3 chapters of the story, because it is power structures. It's the extreme left with the neo-Marxists, and it's the extreme right of Elliot Frost and the U.S. ident that are fighting to win the election in the 55 electoral votes of California. This is Zora Carmichael's freedom fighter, neo-Marxist, who has been in charge of bringing Roland Tavener and his mysterious twin brother, who is in fact not his twin brother, but a doppelganger, a duplicate copy of the same human soul, one unconscious, the other conscious and with amnesia, across the border and back into the compound here in Venice Beach. And she is purchasing blanks from Walter Mung, who is I think it's Veronica Mung's father. Veronica Mung is a character played by Amy Poehler, who you're going to meet here in a second. If you look at Ronald's delayed reflection, you will look back also at the opening shot of the entire film, which is 2 children with a Sony video camera whipping it into a mirror and staring at their reflection. And to me, that is basically an extension of Roland and Boxer going through the time rift, and then Boxer pointing the video camera back at Ronald. Krista putting on her best development girl glasses in her discussion of The Power, which is the screenplay written by her that you'll discover over the first 3 chapters in the graphic novels. It sort of is the document that everyone looks to predict how this is all going to go down. Here, if you read the graphic novels, you understand in greater detail why Ronald is impersonating his brother to be a racist and to drop the N-word and kind of come off as being a callous, really, the worst representation of what kind of a racist cop could be. And it's all being caught on camera in anticipation of this fake killing of Deanna Dream, to try to create another tape, a second asset for the neo-Marxists with which to influence the election and try to destroy Elliot Frost and their campaign to win California by creating 2 tabloid scandals. one with the Krista Now tape with Boxer kissing her, and the other with the shooting of Deanna Dream, which is at first intended to be a fake shooting, where they fake their own death. As you can see, this is quite a complicated story, and I appreciate anyone who's willing to decode it and to enjoy it and understand it, because that's the nature of our dilemma right now, kind of, as a country. Boxer is now discussing the power and the baby that does not produce bowel movements, and that's actually Ronald Tavener, who has experienced the same physiological anomaly that is the result of two identical human souls being in the same space, or ultimately their bodies are kind of changing, and they are the primer ultimately to kind of collapse this whole existence and kind of end everything. You see a John McCain ad with Paris Hilton and Britney Spears in it. This is pretty much not so different than what you're looking at right now. In Paris, and when she responded, feels very similar to this. They are going to stage their own death to create this fake Rodney King-esque tape to try and bring down Elliot Frost. But when she says a dream is going to become a nightmare, Zora has already made the deal with Bart Bookman to have Deanna Dream whacked for real, and that the tape will become even more valuable if they really are dead. And not only that, she can fulfill her All About Eve fantasy of vanquishing her rival Dream. They're bitter rivals in the Venice Beach stand-up comedy circuit. And so Roland Tavener, the one with his memory intact, who's been injected with fluid karma, finally wakes up, and he realizes immediately that he has this doppelganger out there and that all hell is going to break loose, and he's got to find his twin. That is Eli Roth, executed on a toilet. Eli had a great time shooting his cameo. And he's actually reading Better Homes and Gardens, house decorating magazine, while on the toilet. That was his choice. Ronald is now discussing a dream he had of a gigantic maze, a sand maze that you will see in graphic novel 2, Fingerprints, chapter 2, which is a very elaborate dream sequence, which is very abstract and open to interpretation in terms of a maze, and a maze that is shaped like Texas ultimately, in the way the energy field is in Lake Mead, the time rift materializes. Philip K. Dick obviously had a huge influence on this project, and his spirit is hopefully kept alive with what we're trying to do here, and parallel dimensions and sleazy LA cops and underworld subculture, mystery drugs, mega zeppelins. You know, this is all very much in the spirit of Philip K. Dick.